Hello everybody, my name is Xuul and welcome to another episode of the Skyrim Mod Showcase. In today's episode we are going to be continuing a series that I started off a while back, which is the Female Armor Showcase, a series where I show off non-skimpy female armors because they are very hard to find on the Nexus. It's just ridiculous. So if you'd like to go ahead and see the first video in this series, you can go ahead and check it out, link in the description. In today's episode we got 3 armor mods and they all kind of deal with a separate thing. These armor mods are based on kind of immersion and fitting yourself into the game. They really fit the world and they really look good, and I tried to pick a nice variety for this episode. So without further ado, I think we can get started with the first mod. The first mod that we are going to look at is Peasant Tunic by the mod author Costume Spangles. This mod gives you some recolored variants of the vanilla belted tunic dress. It allows for female characters to have several different options in their clothing. The reason I included the mod on this dress is because it allows for some really good role-playing for the beginning of your character. It kind of reminded me a little bit, especially with the screenshots on the mod page, of, the blacksmith's daughter training with a bow and a sword behind her father's shop before one day a dragon comes and kills him or something, and then, well, you know how the story goes, the trope-filled adventure, but that's what Skyrim's all about, and I figured this mod was worth showing off. That's pretty much all there is to say about it though, so let's move on to the next one. The next mod that we're going to look at is called Noble Dress by the author Nimzis. Sorry if I pronounced the name wrong. This mod adds 2 high-fashion noble dresses to the game, one in white and one in red. The reason that these are on the list in today's episode is the same reason that the peasant dress is on the list. It kind of reminds me of sort of that humble origins. Perhaps the character in this dress could be role-playing as a ruler or nobility, who then one day has to strike up the cause and join the battle against the dragons, or somebody who's getting sick of the Thalmor and just needs to utterly eradicate them. This mod is much different than the first one in that it's obviously a custom armor and it looks absolutely fantastic. There's a great design on it and it is a very high detailed dress, all without getting into the ridiculousness that some of these dresses have on the Nexus. I particularly like the embroidery, I think the word is here, on the dresses, and just how you can almost see the stitching. It looks very, very realistic, and it looks like something that you would wear kind of to a high imperial gala, or it's just something a noblewoman would wear while she is at court or at a ball or something like that. I think it looks really good without being too overly ridiculous. Really high detail dress, 2 colors. You can go ahead and download it. Link is in the description. Anyways, I think it's time to move on to the next mod, which I think is the most interesting one we're covering this episode anyway. The final mod that we are covering in today's episode is called Velvet Robes and Cloaks. This mod adds several different colored outfits which feature a robe, a hood, a cloak, boots, and gloves. All of these have different patterns, so they're not just simple recolors, but the embroidery on them actually changes, and they all look fantastic. And the really cool thing about these is you can kind of use them in very different ways. So when you first look at them, you might think, okay, this is something that a mage character would wear. After all, it could be something worn by, some sort of hermit mage who lives up in the mountains and casts powerful spells. Or it could be worn by somebody of nobility. Take away the cloak and the hood and you simply have a very nicely done, dress sort of robe thing. There's still a bit of a hood on there, but it does look very, very nice. This is a very high definition texture mod. You can really see the stitching, and I really, really love the fact that all of the embroidery is different, giving each of the different colors their own flair. Speaking of colors, I guess I should let you know that there are different color variants, including purple, black, blue, green, pearl, which looks gray to me, but then again I'm a little bit color blindy, I guess you could say, and red. Each of the different colors again has their own different embroidering, their own different look. Although the main component of this mod is kind of the cloak and the robes, each individual piece looks really good and has that awesome attention to detail. Be it the different pattern on the hood, or just the way the gloves have that really nice kind of stitching to them and the red, even though you don't really see it when you have the robes on. The boots also look really good and are colored, even though they look pretty much, well, they look like just regular generic boots if you're wearing the robe. Overall, this is a really, really awesome mod, and you should go ahead and check it out. It's awesome, and the mod author deserves props. Not much more I can say about it though. If you liked this episode, and this kind of concept for an episode I guess, which is showing female armors that aren't skimpy, please leave a comment down below letting me know. It's really hard to tell with these kind of things, because I never know if this is actually what people want to see. If you'd like to see me cover other games or other topics, I would also like to know in the comments. And of course, if you hate me or anything like that and you're really angry, you can go yell at me in the comments, and you can go slam on that dislike button too. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. As always, I have been Xuul, and I hope that you have an excellent day.